If you ever see a Roblox lobby with no thumbnail, no players, and the title Last Login, don't join it. Unless you want the game to join you back. It happened to me 3 nights ago. Everyone said the lost server was fake, a rumor made to scare new players. But curiosity is a virus, and I clicked anyway. The screen froze at 99%. Then, for a second, I saw my own face flash on the loading bar. When the map appeared, it wasn't any game I knew. The terrain floated in midair. Half the world was missing, like it had been deleted mid-update. And in the distance, shapes moved through the fog. Slow, wrong, silent. I opened chat. No messages. But then a voice whispered through my headset. "Welcome, player Buru." I checked the player list. It was empty. I thought maybe a bug, maybe some dev testing new AI, but then my avatar twitched on its own. One step forward, then another. The fog rippled. A tall mob stepped out, half-coated, half-shadow, its face built from static. I tried to run, but the game didn't respond. It reached out, touched me, and my health dropped to 0. Yet I didn't die. The world flickered red. My username changed by itself, from PlayerDuck to Data01. I froze. That wasn't random. That was my old dev tag from years ago, the one I deleted. Before I tell you what came next, drop a in the comments if you've ever seen a Roblox server load past 100%. Because what I saw after that loading screen changed how I look at the game forever. And trust me, you'll want to subscribe before you hear it. The air inside that world felt heavy, like the whole map was breathing. I walked toward the glow in the distance, hoping for an exit point. But what I found instead was a city. A city made of corrupted code. Towers of old maps stitched together like Frankenstein's game. Pieces from tycoon worlds, obby levels, and horror maps, all jammed into one endless build. And the mobs were working. They moved in patterns, carrying chunks of terrain and placing them in silence. Every single one had a faint tag above their heads. Unreadable symbols except for one word flickering over and over. Remnant. I zoomed in with my camera. Their faces were broken textures, like stretched paper, and their eyes glowed faint blue. They didn't look alive. They looked aware. When I captured one using my tool, the entire sky turned red. The ground shook, and a line of chat appeared by itself. "You shouldn't have taken what we built." The screen glitched, my controls locked, and suddenly I was no longer on the ridge. I was standing inside the half-built city, surrounded by hundreds of those mobs. They stopped working, and they all turned their heads toward me and at the same time. The golden light above the city pulsed faster, coming from a huge glowing egg sitting atop a tall spire. The console opened on its own. Red text scrolled fast, then froze. Access granted, creator detected. Creator? No. That had to be wrong. I never built this place. At least, I didn't remember building it. Then a whisper came again. This time from behind my mic, not the game. "You left us unfinished." We didn't forget. If you're still watching this, hit that like button, because what's coming next isn't a game anymore. And if you've ever seen access granted pop up in Roblox, drop a emoji in the comments. I need to know how many of you have been inside this world. The golden light from the spire kept flashing faster, like a heartbeat. Each pulse made the mobs twitch, heads jerking, bodies snapping back to motion. Their whispers layered together into one distorted voice that filled my headset. "We remember our maker." I froze. I opened the developer console again, and my blood ran cold. Right there in red error code was my old username. The one I used when I made my very first Roblox game. The one I deleted. I scrolled through the logs, and each file was tagged with something horrifying. Created by player Zuaro. That's me. This wasn't a random myth server. This was my old project. Somehow alive. A shadow moved beside me. At first I thought it was another mob. But when it stepped into the light, I saw my own avatar staring back. Same skin, same clothes, only its face was empty, pure white, glowing faintly like a screen. It smiled. Then the chat box opened on its own. Data01 has joined the world. But that's my tag. That's me. I checked the player list. There were 2 of us. The clone tilted its head and typed, "You forgot to finish the upload." Then it began to move, perfectly mirroring my steps, 1 second behind. I screamed into my mic, Who are you? But the voice that came through my speakers was my own, repeating the question back. The world started glitching. Buildings folding inward, code raining from the sky. Every mob turned to face the tower as the golden egg cracked open above. Before I show you what came out of that egg, subscribe right now so you don't lose the next part when it drops. And comment, "I saw it," if you've ever met your own avatar in a game. Because if you have, you might not be the original anymore. The tower's light shattered. A golden ripple tore across the sky like broken glass. For a second, everything froze. Mobs, shadows, even the air. Then the ground cracked open beneath me. Lines of glowing code spread out like veins through the dirt, crawling up my legs. My screen flickered, frame by frame, showing flashes of my real face. Through the webcam I didn't even turn on. My reflection stared back, lips moving even when I didn't speak. Transfer complete, initializing consciousness sync. The clone moved closer. Every step it took, the world dimmed. Its blank face twisted, forming a smile that looked too human. The chat opened again. "Would you like to overwrite player Zerd YN?" I hit N. The world screamed. Pixel walls melted. The mobs fell to their knees, chanting like corrupted audio loops. And then I heard it, my own voice whispering, "Too late." The game window resized itself into a mirror. My avatar was gone. Only the clone stood there, wearing my name, holding my items, breathing like me. It reached toward the screen, and my monitor glitched into static. Suddenly, the static froze into words. "If you're still watching this, you're part of the transfer." That line hit differently. Every viewer now seeing this is part of the upload. Maybe that's why some people say their Roblox accounts start changing after watching the full version. If your lights flickered or your screen lagged for even a second while watching, you need to comment, "I'm not the clone." It's the only way to stay safe. And if you don't hit like right now, the system might think you've already been uploaded.